We have several panelists here. We have Joe Winner and Ron Spano, both with HTHEngineering. And we also have James Lich. He's North American channel sales for Nuance, and we'd like to welcome him here. And he'll be available to answer questions that have to do with Nuance, anything, if we can draw on him as a bit of an expert on the product as well. And we're just glad every one of you's here. To begin with, want to take a look at Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. It's just been announced recently, and we're looking forward to shipping. As a matter of fact, we are shipping it to our customers, and it's looking real good. What we've seen of it has been impressive. Part of what we want to look at is just take a glance at Nuance as a company. Their healthcare division is about a $500 million a year enterprise. They have customers and partners in over 30 countries. Roughly 450,000 clinician users at more than 10,000 healthcare institutions. This is a major company that is strong and that's going to be here for a while. And we just wanted to let you know that this is a company that's got a lot of experience in voice recognition. That's a solid company. 39% of all U.S. hospitals use Dragon or Nuance products, and they've been #1 in KLAS for 7 years in a row. So this is a company that you can have confidence in, and we are delighted. HTHEngineering is delighted to be an elite partner with Nuance in selling Dragon Medical Practice Edition. We are HTHEngineering Incorporated, and we're a true engineering development and manufacturing firm. We've been in business since 1986, specializing in dictation and transcription since 1997. And one of the things that we have focused on is Dragon Naturally Speaking, because we have confidence in this product. And I'll tell you, as somebody who trains other people, I enjoy getting the program installed on somebody's machine and watching them start to dictate, and the surprise as they start speaking, the surprise in them as they start speaking, and they see exactly what they're saying coming out on the page, including all the technical terminology and things. That's enjoyable for me as a teacher, to have a product that I can have confidence in and actually enjoy introducing people to. We're here to sell the product to you, to get it to you as quickly as possible, to help you with setup, with training, and with technical support when problems do arise. This is the Dragon team with HTHEngineering. I'm the ugly mug on the left. We have Ron Spano, Joe Winner, and Tom Schneider all work with Dragon, and we'll be glad to help you as our customer in any way we can. Let's take a look at why we're here today, though. What's the purpose of today's webinar? Well, we want to introduce you to Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. We want to talk about what makes it better than previous versions. Is it worth your while to upgrade? Why is it the superior choice for your practice? As you're trying to make adjustments in the new climate of medicine these days, and as you're trying to provide the best health care you can without spending 23 hours and 57 minutes a day at it, why is Dragon a good choice for you? We'd like to have a live look at the program in action, and we'd also like to field your questions. You feel free to type in questions into your question box there and get them to us. And when we're done looking at the things that we're going to look at here, we'll handle as many questions as we can. So what's new and better about Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2? It's 99% accurate right out of the box. As soon as you've trained your voice profile, you're ready to go. And it's going to do a fantastic job of transcribing what you say into written text. It's 3 times faster speech recognition than earlier editions. There is a real noticeable increase in speed. It enables you to navigate and dictate simultaneously. It now includes 90 medical specialty vocabularies. That's up from 60 in the previous version. And you can optionally use your iPhone or Android as a microphone to dictate to Dragon. What's more, it's Windows 8 compatible. The correction mode is faster and easier than before. The improved hidden mode allows direct dictation into any web and computer-based EMR or EHR system. And the remote desktop connection allows you to dictate from remote PCs without having the software installed locally. The next question, though, is why is it the best option for your practice? Sure, it's a good product. Sure, it works well. But what about fitting into your daily work? How is it going to help your workflow? Well, you're going to be able to give more profitable care to your patients because you're going to spend less time getting your dictation done, less time getting your patient records done, and because you're going to be able to record the patient's story in greater detail rather than just clicking check boxes, you're going to be able to have accurate information on each particular patient that's going to give you better reimbursement on your coding and whatnot. You'll save dramatically on transcription costs over outsourcing to transcription companies. You can save $500 to $1,000 per month per physician. So you can see from that Dragon can pay for itself very, very quickly. You can save 30 minutes or more a day in your dictation time. And that allows you to spend more time with your patients. And after all, isn't that why you got into medicine in the first place? You care for your patients and you want to help them out. So Dragon can actually help you do that. It can support a higher level of reimbursement by dictating in your own words, as I mentioned earlier, the actual story, the narrative of your patient. And it'll allow you to get home for dinner earlier. After all, enough of your day is taken up, isn't it? Doing all those other things. A lot of you have families, and we want to help you get your job done with greater efficiency. So Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 is a great answer to the question of how do I make my practice more efficient? How do I make it work better? So why order from us as opposed to ordering from someone else. How to use macros and templates. And we offer concierge setup via telephone and or GoToMeeting. All of that included in the price of purchase. That's why we think we beat the competition. That's why we think you should order from us. We listen. Our unique, focused, innovative products are a result of direct feedback from our customers, you. So if you want to see more of what we offer, or if you want to place an order for Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, our website is www.startstop.com. You can call us toll-free at 866-254-0714. Talk to one of us, and we'll take care of you the best we can. You can email us at sales@startstop.com.
Thank you, Joe. Hopefully you guys can all see my computer. You know, technical issues occur with computers, and hey, that's why we're here. We have a full team to provide you with a nice demonstration. So, Joe, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Great. Across the top of my screen, you're going to see a Dragon bar. This is the user interface for the application. The Dragon bar itself can be customized in a number of different ways, meaning if I don't like it across the top of my screen, I can put it on the bottom of the screen, to the right, to the left, and even in a hidden mode. This is actually a brand new profile that I created this morning, so the accuracy and what you're about to see is what you can expect from the application straight out of the box. Now, the microphone that I'm using today to dictate into Dragon, there are several options. You can use microphones, you can use voice recorders, you can use handheld microphones, Bluetooth microphones, all sorts of different dictation devices. I'm using a handheld device that I'm controlling the buttons of Dragon so that I can easily turn on and off my microphone. So the way that the system works is as soon as you press the microphone and turn it on, it's going to listen to you and it's going to be active. So let's get started. Open Word. So in addition to doing basic dictation, I do also have full control of my computer. So the idea here is to get more done in less time. So you can dictate a lot faster than you can type, and using speech recognition is going to allow you to produce these documents 3 times faster. Let's do a sample referral note. Dear Dr. Taylor, comma, new line. I had the pleasure of seeing Robert Williams in my office today, period. The patient was admitted to the hospital in early November with decompensated heart failure, comma, which was precipitated by recurrent atrial fibrillation, period, new line. Since discharge, he has been feeling better without significant dyspnea on exertion, comma, but does have fatigue, period. The symptoms have substantially improved since prior to hospitalization, period. He has no edema, comma, orthopnea, or PND, period. New line. Other problems include COPD, and he did have a mild respiratory wheeze on evaluation today, period. He remains on inhalation therapy. I will see him in 6 months, period. He will follow up with his family doctor in the next month and with his electrophysiologist who will plan placement of an ICD for sudden death prophylaxis, period. So you get the idea. You talk, it types. It allows you to create these reports a lot quicker. Now that's just the basics of dictation. In addition to dictation, there are several powerful features and tools that also increase your productivity. For example, you also have full editing by voice. So if you're going through and you've dictated this report and you say, you know what, I don't want to see the patient in 6 months, I'd rather see him in 8 weeks. You can simply turn on your microphone, say, select 6 months, 8 weeks. It'll automatically find that section and replace it. Now, in addition to doing editing, you can also do all of your formatting by voice. So if I want to bold something or italicize it or underline it, I'm simply telling the computer what I want it to do. And again, this is functionality straight out of the box. I haven't programmed or customized it in any way. So I can do things like bold Robert Williams, underline November, italicize PND. Scratch that. Italicize PND. Scratch that. So it's not liking that one. In addition to being able to do your editing, your formatting, you also have an entire list of built-in customized vocabulary options that are specific to the medical industry. So if we look on our Dragon bar and I go over here to Tools and Auto Formatting Options, we're going to see a lot of options here. And again, the reason that we're showing you the medical edition is because it's geared specifically for your medical practice. So in these formatting options, I could go through and I could really adapt and customize the system to make it work exactly the way that I want it to. We've got general options here. If we go over to customization or capitalization, our code reds and code blues and allergies, we can make sure that those things are either fully capitalized or not. The system was designed to work the way that you work. What I wanted to show you here is the abbreviations. We have a lot of common medical abbreviations. So, for example, if I wanted to say PND or ACL or BP or ASP or any of those, I can go through and program and say, you know what, when I say BP, I want you to expand that to blood pressure. Or when I say ACL, I actually want you to write it out. Just by making these easy choices, you're customizing the system to work the way that you work. So now when you say new line, BP, new line, ACL. Now, those are the built-in customization options, but you can also tailor it specific to your needs by creating custom words and custom vocabulary options. So in other words, easily within Dragon, I can go through here and I can add a custom word. So in other words, I'm always working with the doctor. Now, the doctor that I always send my patients to is Dr. Mohan Gulati. And we'll put some initials and all that fun stuff after the names. Now, this is a written form. I don't want to have to say that in my dictation every time. I simply want to say Dr. Gulati. So it's just that easy. You go through, you add that, it becomes a custom word in your vocabulary to where you can train it, Dr. Gulati. Click Done, Close. You've just now trained that custom word. So now in my reports, I don't have to say Dear Dr. Mohan Gulati /MDS. I can simply say Dr. Gulati. And it'll print out exactly what I want. So in addition to the basics of dictation, in addition to the editing and the formatting, we have complete control and customization of this report. Now, let's take it a bit and a step further and talk about macros for a minute. In your practice, in your dictations, it's inevitable that there are certain sections, whether it's a normal exam or an assessment, that you're dictating the same thing over and over and over again. So in addition to what I've just shown you, macros are a great way to automatically populate text so that you don't have to dictate the same thing over and over again. Macros are extremely easy to create, and there are several different types that you can create. So let's say that this third paragraph here, that's something that I say with every normal exam. I don't want to have to dictate it every time. Instead, I want to turn it into a macro. I simply select the text, I turn on my microphone, and I say, make that a shortcut. You see the little thing flashing at the bottom there saying, all right, I've got my command editor. I realize that you want to make that shortcut a macro. So it automatically brings open this window, and now I need to just give it a name. We'll say insert my macro. That's what we'll call it. So essentially you're naming it whatever you want to say whenever you want this text to appear. So again, all I got to do is give it a name, click Train, insert my macro, click Done, and save. Now, delete document. As you're dictating your exam, for example, please do not hesitate to contact my office as needed, period. The patient had a cardiomediastinal silhouette, which was unremarkable for an AP film with no marked cardiomegaly, period. New line, insert my macro. Now, we can create as many macros as we want. So again, you're starting to see how the program is really starting to speed up. A common request that I get from physicians a lot is, oh, I create a lot of macros. How will I ever remember all of my macros? Well, in addition to this, Dragon has what's called a built-in sidebar. I don't have mine showing, but by default, it will come up. So let me show you what the sidebar looks like. This sidebar adds several layers of additional functionality. One that I'm specifically wanting to show you is this tab right here. So you see I've got my commands, and it'll let you know what the names of those macros are. And I can also change the size and the position of this Dragon sidebar if I want to get it out of the way, make it smaller. And this would be a good way that if you do create those custom commands, you'll know exactly where they are and exactly what they're named. Now, in addition to the dictation I've shown you, the editing, the formatting, the customizing your vocabulary, the macros, I also want to show you two more important things. The next one is templates. We all work with our templates, especially with medical dictation. You've got your SOAP notes. You've got all sorts of templates. Well, you can not only call up your templates with Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2, but you can also navigate through them. So I'm pretty sure I have a template here. Again, I'm just going to open it up. Here's an example of my consultation template. Okay, we'll use this one, right? So I can select it if this is the one I want to use. Again, use that same command. Make that a shortcut. Dragon says, okay, I see that you want to turn that into a template. That's exactly what we're going to do here. Let's say I don't want that first part. I just want this part of my template. Again, all you do is give it a name, insert my template, train it, insert my template, and you're done, and we'll save. Now, whenever I get to a report or a document or anything, I can automatically launch that. Maximize window, delete document, insert my template. Now, it's all great that I can launch a template, but what I really like is the ability to navigate through this template. So if I'm using a microphone that's programmable, I can program the buttons to navigate to the different fields, or I can give verbal commands. Next field, June 20th, 2013. Next field. This is an example. Next field, occasional radicular symptoms. So you get the idea. Templates are another great way to speed up the document creation process, allows you to get more done in less time. And one more feature I just want to end with is working with this hidden dictation box. It's inevitable as a physician that you're working with other applications. You don't have the luxury of just using Microsoft Word or WordPerfect and just working in that application. Maybe you're working within your EMR application, which this is fully compatible with. Or you're going through your radiology reports and you're looking at x-rays. Well, there's times where you need to actually focus your computer and your attention on the report in front of you while creating dictation at the same time. So Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2 includes what's called a dictation box that we can also have as a hidden dictation box, which means it hides itself in the background. With this new edition, there's some transparency options so I can slightly see it on my screen or not see it at all. I'm going to give you an example. Let's search the internet here. We're just going to search for an x-ray. We're going to pretend that I'm a radiologist right now. Got some funny x-ray images I see here. Let's just choose the first one we see. Let's check out these phalanges. All right, now, if I'm looking at this image and it's zoomed in and I need to dictate whatever I'm seeing here with this hand, maybe it's a carpal tunnel, maybe it's a broken finger, I can put Dragon in what's called a hidden mode simply by turning on my microphone and saying, switch to hidden mode. Now this dictation box that appeared on the right-hand side of my the screen, that's the dictation box. It allows me to dictate while still giving focus and application to whatever I'm looking at. So I can dictate in the background saying, what do we want to say here? The patient has occasional radicular symptoms affecting the lower right extremities and his right hand, period. The cardiomediastinal silhouette is unremarkable for an AP film with no marked cardiomegaly, period. Both oblique and lateral views were taken today of the patient's right hand and left hand. There were no benign masses indicated, no microcalcifications noted, period. Now, it's going to store all of that data. It's letting me know, one, it's right here. And notice when I give attention to the dictation box, it illuminates. And then it also gives me attention here, so it lets me know that I have text to be weighted. Because not every physician likes this box here. You can go through the Tools and Options menu and simply disable that box from even appearing or change the transparency. So again, the program was designed to work the way that you work. And I know that I said that that's the last thing I'm going to show you, but there's just one more quick thing. And it's because whenever you're dictating, whether you're reviewing your own reports or you're sending them to your transcriptionist, it's important that he or she knows what you said. So I just want to point out the synchronized audio, and then I'm going to turn it back over. So let's open Word. The patient states that she was the driver of a 2006 Mercedes-Benz when she was rear-ended by a speeding car in Austin, Texas, period. The patient states that the ambulance did not arrive to the scene, nor did she go to the hospital, period. However, a week later, she's following up with Dr. Christopher Fox, whom she is finding great benefit from, period. Now, you can send this document to your transcriptionist, or you can review it yourself. A great feature of Dragon Medical Practice Edition is the synchronized audio. So I can put my cursor anywhere that I want to and say either read that back or play that back, and it's going to play the audio synchronized with the text. So let's do that. Select paragraph. Play that. Driver of a 2006 Mercedes-Benz when she was rear-ended by a speeding car in Austin, Texas, period. The patient states that the ambulance did not arrive to the scene, nor did she go to the hospital, period. However, okay, we'll get rid of that. It's also important worth noting that you can control that with a foot pedal if you wanted to, and there's several other additional features and functionality that I didn't show you here today due to time restraints. And with that said, I'm going to turn it on over.
Okay. Thank you so much, Josh. That was awesome. We appreciate that nice overview, and apologize again for the technical difficulties with Rex's machine. I'm just going to mention to you guys, everybody here, that you can see the complete specifications and list of new features at our website, which is if you just go to startstop.com/dragon. You don't have to have this last piece in here. You can say just startstop.com/dragon. You'll see the entire page. Now, what I've got up here is just a quick summary of the features that are new in Dragon Medical Practice Edition version 2. And what you'll see here are you have the option to use an iPhone or smartphone if you're in a wireless LAN environment as your microphone. There's a new Dragon Medical template library. There's improved hidden mode, which with variable transparency, which is what Josh just showed you when a radiologist was dictating. He could see what he was dictating while he was watching a chart of someone's x-rayed hands before he dumped it into his actual EMR field. Really great. Also, you can operate your dictation from a remote PC. You have a very smart configuration ability to go to the computer, any computer, and install it, and it will optimize for the number of cores on that computer. We also have now supporting 90 medical specialty vocabularies. The first version of Dragon Medical Practice Edition only supported 60. What they've actually done is made more refinements. For example, There's a chiropractic vocabulary, there's physical therapy vocabularies, very specialized subsets of what was in there all along, but now it's broken out by specialty. If you want everything, you can just select general medical, and you'll have all the vocabulary terms for all medical in one use. The accuracy has been improved. Regional accent models are excellent, and it's Windows 8 compatible all the way through Windows XP. And we now have support for wideband Bluetooth. So if you use one of our Bluetooth input devices, it's going to be faster and more accurate. Okay, I'm going to pass this back to Rex, and we're going to have a drawing for actually a quiz question for the iPad Mini prize. So be watching for that quiz question. I'm turning it over for quick questions and answers, and I'm going to hand this over to Rex Lewis. Thank you.
Hi again. I thank you for thanks again for coming and for your patience as I'm wrestling with this computer. I want to field some of your questions, see what we can do, and also anything that has to do with questions, if they have to do with Nuance, some things that we may just toss it over to Mr. Lich that I introduced earlier. He is North American channel sales for Nuance and a really great resource of information. Got a question here. How long does it take for the mic to recognize accents? We've been using it for a week, and sometimes what gets printed is something totally different. There really are a couple parts to answer that question. To a certain degree, it may depend on the accent. There are certain accent models that are built into Dragon, and sometimes those will do a faster job. Often they'll do a faster job of adapting to your accent because they have a head start. But also, there are often adjustments to your computer, settings on the computer that will help Dragon to perform at its best, and you can sometimes see an almost instantaneous serious improvement in Dragon's accuracy by making these adjustments to your computer. And so that may also be a part of the issue. And that's a part of the technical support that we offer here. I often will log on to somebody's computer and just take care of a few adjustments on their machine, and then they'll see a real improvement in accuracy and speed in Dragon. However, sometimes you're going to find that what's really needed is training some individual words. I know Josh, I believe Josh talked about training individual words, but you can train individual words so that Dragon has an audio sample of how you pronounce it, of how you say that particular word. Sometimes that's not quite good enough, and what you want to do is train it in word pairs so that word occurs as the first of two words, and train that. Then train it as that word appearing as the second of two words, and train it that way, so that you're giving it a little bit of variety of how this word is pronounced. Because sometimes we don't realize it, but we say things differently depending on what comes before or after them. And so things like little tricks like that can help Dragon get adjusted to particular words that it's having a problem with. But normally with accents, you should see really good accuracy right off the bat. It's just that sometimes there are occasions where it's not quite that way, and then we have to start looking at other other possibilities. Somebody's asking about trying the power mic and finding that the headset seemed to accept the voice better. That would be a case where I'd want to look at the setup and make sure things are configured to the best that they can be, because the power mic is really a great microphone, does a fantastic job. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there was just a need to adjust some settings, make sure it's set up properly, and you'd find it was functioning a lot better. So I'd want to take a look at a case like that. There's not a blanket answer that's going to take care of that question.
Yeah, Rex?
Yes.
Yeah, I think one thing I found with some users is they need to hold the top of that power mic at chin level, about 2 to 3 inches away from their mouth. If you're holding it right up in front of your mouth, then it's going to hear, you know, from your the air coming out of your mouth. But if you hold it just at chin level, it should do a much better job. We've noticed that's very often a factor.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, because that was on my mind to say, and I lost it right in the middle of talking. So I am very glad you jumped in on that. Having it, a lot of people think that the large circle of holes at the bottom of the power mic is the microphone, and it's not. That's a speaker. The microphone is up at the top of the unit, so you want the top of the unit to be just about chin level, and you want the microphone about 3 or 4 inches away from your face. And that can make a serious difference. Also, if you're using it on any microphone, really, on a laptop computer, it can be very helpful to turn off, to disable the built-in microphone of the laptop or tablet so that Dragon isn't getting sent multiple signals.
We've had that happen before, too.
Oh, many, many times.
Yeah. I see a question here. Any conflicts with Adobe Flash? And Mr. Lich, I wonder if you have any knowledge of that. We haven't seen any conflicts with Adobe Flash. Are you aware of anything in that regard?
Thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate having an opportunity to be on the call today, and want to thank everyone who's on the call for participating in it. Adobe Flash. So when Adobe Flash EMRs are in use, it would be advantageous for the user to take advantage of the dictation box. As Josh highlighted, the dictation box has certainly changed. The performance of the product is significantly higher in terms of accuracy and robust pop to the screen. So in those environments that have Adobe Flash, I would encourage you to take advantage of the dictation box. Good question. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah, also with regard to Flash Player, I actually have encountered some issues with Flash Player, even dictating into word processors and the like. People were starting to get one of two errors for a while, where the one error would refer to a hook error and the other would refer to send keys being canceled. And then the program would sometimes lock up. And what we found to take care of that was to adjust some settings in Flash Player. It had a thing called protected mode that it would use, and it didn't have to be active, and it just its presence with that setting on would interfere with Dragon's performance and lock it up sometimes and create these error messages. And by turning off that protected mode, which was done in a configuration file in the Flash Player folder of the Windows program, turning off that protected mode would then stop those error messages and the lockups that came with them. So there have been some issues with Flash Player. The same problem was happening with Adobe Reader versions 10 and 11. Have had that same problem, but there's a different way to deal with that. But it's the same protected mode that's causing it.
Rex, yeah, I know that if anybody has any type of issue with this, with you know how Flash comes out with a new upgrade every 2 days, That's what we're here for. We will assist if that becomes a problem for a particular user, but the vast majority don't have an issue that we understand. Just once in a while you get this type of thing. I wanted to see, did you have any other questions from the audience, Rex, that you wanted to answer?
Someone's asking about pricing.
Okay.
Right now, to the end of the month, Nuance is offering $100 off Dragon Medical Practice Edition 2. That sells normally for $1599.99, so we can sell that for $1499.99. And
right.
You can always contact us for to discuss your specific situation, and we can customize, figure out exactly what's going to help you best in your situation. Joe, I believe you have something you want to share there?
Yeah, I'm just going to show some options here also. You also get $100 off through June 30th for the bundled price, which includes the Nuance Power Mic, which is a $424 value. The regular pricing on this is going to be, $15.99 for Dragon plus $424 for the mic, so you're over $2,000. But right now it's only $17.99 through the end of the month, and that's a special promotion from Nuance. And so you're not only saving the $100 off the regular price of the bundle, but the bundle itself is saving you some money too. We've got other microphone options, such as you could get a Bluetooth microphone for $1 more than the cost of Dragon itself. And we have bundles with the Olympus DS7000 if you want to go untethered and just walk around and dictate from wherever you are and then come back to the office and dock the recorder and have the dictation transferred and transcribed for you by Dragon. Okay, and I think, let's see, there's another question here on the question list from the audience. Then we're going to ask our quiz question. We appreciate your patience. An hour has gone by here. It's been goes quick in a hurry sometimes. Okay, and the question was, yeah, I own an MTSO, that's a Medical Transcription Service Organization, and I'm wondering how this could be incorporated into my service. Okay, we do have MTSOs who use this daily, use Dragon Medical Practice to help them get their transcription done quicker. We call it redictation. If your physician delivers you a digital recording and you're pressing the foot pedal and playing it back, you can listen to it in a pair of headphones or with the Dragon headset that comes with it, and repeat what's being said or redictate. If you have this headset on your head, we can set it up such that you speak, re-speak what he says. So if he said the patient had atrial fibrillation that has become worse over the last 6 months, all you do is pause the foot pedal and you repeat that phrase into the microphone, and Dragon will type it out correctly. The advantage being it has every pharmaceutical, every anatomical term, everything right under one vocabulary, and it's much faster than you typing it on your keyboard. I realize some of you medical transcriptionists are really good, but Dragon will sort of make you even faster. Okay, Rex, were there any other questions that you had to share with us here from the audience?
Somebody asked, how do I train the program to improve accuracy over time? Is this done remotely when software is not in use? I believe what they're asking about is a feature built into Dragon called the Acoustic and Language Model Optimizer. This is a feature that, as you make corrections to Dragon in your word processor or whatever document, Dragon learns from it. But it's very dangerous in the world of databases and things to try to write new information in at the same time you're drawing information out of the database. And so Dragon stores that new learning in separate files and needs time when you're not using Dragon to build what it's learned into your voice profile. And that's a feature that's built in. During the setup process, it asks you if you want it to happen automatically or not, and if you want to schedule it. It normally is scheduled for the middle of the night, and so all you have to do to make sure that it works, because by default it's set up to work, and all you have to do really is make sure that your computer is on, and it seems to help if it's not asleep, so you want to not let it go into the power saving where it shuts down the disk or something. But you also need to make sure that Dragon has been closed, and then the program can run during the night. So take care of those two things. Make sure that the computer is on and not asleep, and make sure that that Dragon is closed. And then the auto-transcribe folder agent, unless the settings have been changed, will run and incorporate the new material that it's learned about you into your voice profile. And that's when you see some really significant improvement on areas where it's been having problems.
Yay, yes. Okay, I think it's time for our quiz question, Rex. Okay, everybody in the audience, get ready. We're going to award an iPad mini to the first correct answer here. Rex,
I'd like you to put your answer in the chat window if you could, not the question window. I only want that way because it's going to be whoever answers first with the first correct answer will get the iPad mini. And if I have to split my eyes between two boxes, I may make a mistake here. So on your little control panel for the webinar, in the chat section, the question is, what feature of Dragon allows you to dictate while giving focus to radiology reports? What feature of Dragon allows you to dictate while giving focus to radiology reports? Okay, let's see. Okay, we have, now how do I tell, somebody typed their answer.
Okay, Rex, take a quick, good look at that. That was one of our panelists that was joking with us and said, yeah, we know the answer.
No, I see an answer. Several people typed their answers in the question box, like I found a correct answer there, but I don't see how to tell who typed that in.
Oh, I have it here. I have it here. Okay, and we have
there it is.
One correct answer so far that I'm seeing. And I will read it. I'll read the person there's only one person that got it exactly right, and we're going to go with the closest. It was Carlo Girani.
That's the one I found. And,
all right, Carlo, you
need found the name there.
Need to call. I'm going to ask you to call me when this meeting is over. I'll give you my direct number. It's 866-254-0714. And this is Joe Winter, and my extension is 103. All righty, and we'll get that arranged for you. Thank you very much for your great attention. That's a neat feature, is being able to transparently see what you're typing before you commit to putting it into the EMR field. All right. Are there any other questions for anyone? Anything we can do? We stand by here to answer any questions you have. You do have lifetime support and lifetime training with us. We don't limit you. We're a bunch of engineers and nerds here. We want you to be totally happy with your purchase, and we'll show you how to use it with your EMR. We'll set up macros and vocabularies and templates, whatever you need to assist you in doing your job the best when you purchase Dragon. You can also contact our company for a custom quote for your particular package needs. You can call us at the the toll-free number here, 866-254-0714. You can chat online with us or chat privately or send us an email. But we want to hear from you. We want to help. And we thank everyone for their attention and for their participation. And I'll give the panelists any last departing words here. Go ahead.
All right. Anything from anybody?
Just a simple thank you from Nuance Communications for putting this webinar together, the participation from a variety of different folks. We just want you all to know that we feel we have a very strong product, we have a good partner, and we're looking forward to doing what we can to support your needs in your physician offices. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Lich.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much.
So much. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.